First of all, I want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. This is not how I wanted the world to meet my son, but here we are. So, as you know, I'm Christine Wells-Wansley. I am Nolan Wells' mom. And Nolan is the kindest soul. He never met a stranger. He loved everybody. He didn't care if you were black, white, purple, green, looked like a marshmallow. Like, he just wanted everyone to be in peace with one another. He loved life, and God gave him this big heart, which always scared us. Me and his dad had conversations with him all the time, not just about the importance of understanding our history as black people, but also the importance of how you have to move in certain spaces. And it's not us being, feeding into racism or the stereotypes that comes with that. Unfortunately, that is just a matter of fact. There have been many cases, many instances that shows it's unfortunately a pattern that he did not like. He did not like that there was so much division, and I think that's why God gave him us. He was really a peacemaker. He wanted, like I said, everyone to be included. He never wanted to leave anyone out. He just, even at a young age, I don't know, he was, how old was he?
18?
No, not 18. When he was a baby, he did the little dance. So his father and I were having a moment, and as couples do, and even in that moment, he runs in the room with his diaper on, of course, and he starts dancing because it was like he could feel the tension. He could feel that something wasn't right. So he was just a special kid. Like, he was a special kid, but again, just heart was so big. And we're gonna miss him dearly. But we are grateful, especially to our friend Tashima, who actually was one of the people who helped us that night. She went and picked up his cell phone from where it was, and then provided that to us, because we of course contacted authorities to figure out who to do the report with, whether it was the county or the city, which then turned into DMR, who I contacted immediately from there. But
Tell them how you got the cell phone.
Our friend, actually, when I called her, Nolan is best friends with her two sons, Jalen and Javon. When I called her, I said, Tashima, have you seen Nolan? He's missing. No one has seen him. No one has talked to him. The boys were actually with her sons, so they opened up their Snapchat, because a lot of the kids do have their locations where they're tracking one another. So one of the boys says, well, it's showing that, I can't exactly remember what his location was showing, but my Life 360 location was showing something completely different. It was actually showing that his phone was like he was on land. And so we ended up, she received the phone from that parent, and then we met up where his car was, which was at a separate location. There were issues obtaining the key.
It was meant to be a celebration. On the afternoon of July 4th, 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells set out by boat with friends from a private dock near Ocean Springs, Mississippi, headed for Horn Island, a remote, uninhabited barrier island roughly 7 miles offshore, reachable only by boat, with no shelters, no facilities, and no cell service. Around 200 people had gathered there that day for the holiday. Wells was last seen around 3 p.m. His friends made it back to the mainland that evening. He didn't. His mother reported him missing that night. What followed was a multi-agency search. The U.S. Coast Guard, the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, the National Park Service, and volunteer groups like the United Cajun Navy all joined the effort. 2 days later, on Monday, July 6th, a National Park Service ranger found his body face down in the water off the island's northwestern tip. Dental records confirmed it was Nolan. An autopsy was performed that Tuesday at the State Medical Examiner's Office, but results, including cause of death and toxicology, still haven't been made public, and officials say the process could take weeks. So what happened in between? That's where the story splinters. Sheriff John Ledbetter has said that, based on witness accounts, Wells chose to stay behind on the island, apparently expecting to catch a ride back with someone else later. But the accounts from that day don't line up. According to the family's attorney, Ben Crump, one young woman says Wells told her he was heading back to rejoin his friend's boat, while Wells' friends say he told them he was staying behind to talk with her. One of them is telling the truth, one of them is not, Crump said. We have to get to the bottom of that. There are other unresolved threads. Wells didn't have his phone with him. A video circulating from the island that day captures a male voice shouting, "Give me my freaking phone." Still, Crump has pushed back on the drowning theory, noting Wells was an athletic, capable swimmer, a wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College, gearing up for the fall season.
I mean, this is a kid who knew how to swim. This is a kid who was in tip-top shape.
A search and rescue volunteer echoed that skepticism, pointing out that the island was crowded that day, making it hard to believe no one would have noticed someone struggling in the water. Because so much remains unknown, including who exactly was with Wells when his friends left, and what happened in the hours before his body was found, the case has drawn intense public scrutiny. That scrutiny is inseparable, the family says, from Mississippi's history. Wells was the only black person in the friend group that day. His parents, attorney, and the Reverend Al Sharpton, who will officiate his funeral, have all said the unanswered questions and the initial framing of the case, including an early statement from the sheriff ruling out foul play.
One, give the family space and time. They are still processing this tragic event, and all of Nolan's close friends. And we're still waiting for 100% confirmation. I'll assure you that the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, we're looking at this whole case just like we would any other case, and we're going to be as thorough as we can.
The autopsy scheduled for tomorrow. He doesn't believe that there were any signs of foul play, but again, this is a very active investigation, and as answers start to become uncovered, we will keep you up to date with the latest details.
As of now, no cause of death has been officially released. No arrests have been made. Investigators say the case remains open, and they're still asking anyone who was on Horn Island that day to come forward.